Okay. Hey there, Pokygoers. This is Dustin from Hipsterish Gaming.
And I'm Josh from Pokygo.
And today we have a kind of a special guest. Not really a special guest. He's actually works with us on Pokygo, and that would be...
That'd be me. I'm Jordan. I'm from OathKeeperKH. If that doesn't come out very well, it's Oathkeeper and then the letters KH as in Kingdom Hearts.
And what's your channel going to be about? Like, what's your focus there?
It's mostly about gameplay. I don't have much up right now, but it's gonna be some maybe some Let's Play stuff and some gaming related comedy.
Yeah, that's the same with me. I don't have much up, but like my goal for my channel, I want to do like a game review of the games that people don't really give a chance because they're like from third-party publishers, so they don't get much advertising, and a lot of good games just slip through the cracks. So I really want to bring those to the public eye.
And Dark Sector.
And Dark Sector. Dark Sector's phenomenal. Everyone,
yeah, sure.
Everyone go out buy a copy of Dark Sector. That's your homework.
If you'd like to see our opinion on Dark Sector, that's the one video I do have up right now.
Yeah, we actually, Jordan and I did a attempt of a Let's Play. For
that got
lack of a
interrupted
better term.
many times. That was
yeah,
fantastic.
my sister just felt like being sociable. And yeah, so do you guys want to like talk about, just how we met, what got us going for Pokygo? Because I feel like that'd be something cool to talk about, especially to like the fans.
I think that's a good idea. Yeah, get to know us a little bit better.
Well, about 19 years ago, I was born.
Starting from the beginning, chapter 1.
A little early.
So we all work together. We all work for the same company. I don't know if we can say that company. Copyright issues.
I don't even think it's.
Copyright issues for saying that.
It's not necessary.
Yeah, so that's not necessary. But we all work together. That's how we met. Josh and I actually have only known each other for about a year, believe it or not. Yeah, that's crazy. Jordan
But we've gotten so close in that year.
Yeah, Josh and I have a weird kind of, I don't know if you want to say relationship. Like, I've known who Josh is for a lot longer than I've actually met him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because I guess my dad also works for the company, so Josh and my dad have
worked
for quite a while.
Side by side, yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty tight.
Cool. And then Pokygo started because we were just looking for like, it's always been kind of like a dream for me at least. I'm not speaking on behalf of everyone, but for me, I really just want to get YouTube content out and reach a lot of people and help educate people in terms of gaming, because that's what I'm passionate about. So that's the reason I'm here on Pokygo.
Getting yourself out there.
I've been slowly I've been slowly gathering stuff to try to start YouTube over the past I'd say probably 4 years. Just like, a program here, a microphone there. So.
Yeah. It's really weird because it's like when you look at the people who do it for a living, it just looks so easy, comes so naturally to them. But then when you actually try and get out there and do it yourself, it's like there's a lot more that goes into it behind the scenes than you think.
You realize how many kids just like us who have tried so many times and have not gotten anywhere.
Oh yeah.
It is a surprising amount of work.
Have you guys ever heard
this?
I'm gonna have to get used to that. Have you guys ever heard the stat about how many hours of content go up in like a second?
Nope.
It's like, I'm pretty sure at least every second, a few hours of content goes up on YouTube.
Wow.
Damn.
Like, just in total. So like, I think someone said if you were to watch everything that was on now, I think it would take like 20 years, and that's just right at this exact second.
Jeez, that's crazy.
I could do that. I could do that.
You could
I could
definitely
totally do that. Before you guys start making fun of me, I'm 19 years old, and
His balls haven't dropped yet.
And it's also 1:30 in the morning.
It's actually 2:30.
So
is it 2:30?
It is
your
2:30.
voice
Yeah.
pitch is like changed by the time of day.
Yeah. The later, the more I revert into it.
Actually, I kind of agree with him on that one, because the later it gets, the deeper my voice usually is. Status effect.
All right, and we have actually some Pokemon content here for you guys today. It's not just about us, so I mean, it's called Pokygo, not Josh, Jordan, and Dustin's Life Go. I guess bad puns for the win. Oh yes.
We might have to change
Josh,
the name
what's the Pokemon content we got for today?
Well, before we get started on today's topic, I believe you did want to mention the Pokemon Symphonics stuff that you know
Yes,
about.
Symphonic Evolutions. It's a musical that's coming to Washington, D.C. I think it's a day before or a day after World Championships for Pokemon. So if you're in D.C., you definitely want to check that out. And then the next concert's not till September, and that's in Philadelphia. There's no event out there that's happening, but it was just like a place that they could do it. But if it does very well for those first two showings, more dates will be announced, and I really hope it does do well because I really want to see it come out here to Canada.
Is the event in DC? Is that why they're doing the first one?
Yes, the event's in DC, so that. I don't think that's why they're doing it there.
But it makes sense too, yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely gonna be lots of Pokemon fanatics out there.
I feel like the ultimate stage for that would, I mean, it's a musical, so obviously Broadway would be the ultimate goal, probably.
Yeah, and it's also gonna be like a Pokemon like meetup too, so
Yeah.
they encourage you to cosplay, bring your 3DSs. It's gonna be like an event for Pokemon fans.
Well, that's pretty cool.
And
especially
there's lots of cool.
Ruby.
Yeah,
and
it's all
Sapphire
orchestral
were
music. I love orchestral music, so I mean, I really love what they're doing there.
When is
so
when's the first date?
The first date, I think it's August 26th. Don't quote me on that, but I believe
August?
that's when I saw it. Yes, it's in August, late August, and then the next one's not till September 16th, I believe.
Okay, that's pretty cool. All right, well, let's
very
get into the
large
sorry.
gap between.
Let's
Oh no,
get
go ahead.
Let's get into the meat of our first topic, I suppose. I should let the audience know what we're going to be talking about today. And probably Jordan, because he's going to have to start thinking. Because today is going to be talking about the original 151, the first gen of Pokemon.
The OG crew.
Yeah. And we're going to be discussing a lot of things, but one of them is going to be our top 3 first gen for Pokemon, the original 151 from each of us.
I have an answer for all of them.
Oh, perfect. That's great. So you already got your
It's
3.
it's just one Pokemon though.
Jordan, do you want to kick it off then?
Yeah, it's Pikachu, Pikachu, and Pikachu.
Oh, that's
That's not surprising.
That's a
right?
very wide selection.
No, I
there.
can come up with a better one. It's still going to be Pikachu though.
Really.
he's on that list. I would
I
assume.
always
Yeah.
love Pikachu. Pikachu is my number one. I mean, even in X and Y, I made sure I used a Raichu all the way through.
Yeah,
was your,
I remember,
moveset?
I remember battling that thing.
I don't remember exactly, but the key things I had, I gave him Nuzzle and Electro Ball. Just because Nuzzle is like Nuzzle is the only. I think it's Thunder Wave, but it also does like I think it's 20 attack power.
Yeah.
And then Electro Ball is based off of their speeds, so you paralyze them with the Nuzzle, and then you can hit them with the Electro Ball. So Raichu's already pretty quickly, and if you invest his EVs into speed, he's usually gives him a little bit of boost. But use Electro Ball when he's paralyzed, and it's just like he can take down damn near anything that's not ground or steel or something like that.
That's pretty good. He's pretty
All right,
reliable.
And your second? Oh, Raichu got a huge stat boost, speed boost. Sorry, in Gen 6. So.
Yeah, so pairing that with Electro Ball is a huge bonus for him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
A couple other ones. I'd say I'm not sure in what order, but I know I put Arcanine up there probably.
Ooh, Arcanine.
I've always liked Arcanine. I didn't use him much. I've just always been fond of Arcanine.
Yeah, he was actually meant to be a legendary in Gen 1.
I can see that.
Like if you look at his Pokédex entry, his classification is legendary Pokemon.
Oh, really?
Which is yeah. Kind of odd, but
Those two choices aren't surprising actually to me, since if you were to go look in my room right now, I had these, I don't know what you call them, they're like wall decals. They're little stickers specifically for the wall, and they're actually, you can still take them off and remove them. And the only two that I had left are Pikachu and Growlithe. And
really?
honestly, I could go upstairs. Maybe I'll get a picture of it to show Josh, and maybe you can link it. I actually have those on my wall right now.
I'll definitely put a link to the show notes.
all right. So far you have Pikachu and Arcanine.
Yeah.
Arcanine's a good choice, huh? I'm a big fan of myself.
I know, Josh, you're pretty fond of Mew, sorry, right?
Yeah, I love that.
I know you mentioned that in the first one.
He's just
I might need
so
a minute
cool.
to pick third.
Can you can't get Mew now? Like he's just unattainable unless
No.
you
He is unattainable. Like,
Use a
can
code.
you
Get
guys
him in,
hacking?
you can't get him in Fire Red or anything like that?
Not without like an e-reader card.
Oh shit, eh?
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. So I think the only thing they have to do is do another Mew event.
Do another event.
Yeah, they have to.
So do you actually have all 718?
Except for
I
Mew.
saw that picture. You have 718. That's insane.
Yeah. It's not worth it. I don't feel as though I've like felt accomplished for like the amount of effort I put in, but I don't know. Maybe
that's true.
it's because I don't have Mew yet. So maybe I'll feel good once I've caught them all.
Until the next game comes out, and then there's
Oh,
another
God.
1,000 Pokemon.
But that's the best part.
I heard they're gonna stop at 1,000.
No,
Really?
really.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
doubt it.
that's from an unconfirmed source, but I mean,
Yeah.
that's just...
So basically, you're saying if it stops selling at 1,000, they'll stop there.
Yeah,
They're
basically.
not,
I mean,
that's like saying
X and Y was a huge kick in the ass for everyone. Like, you know, everyone fell off Pokemon for a bit, but then once X and Y came back, it was...
Yeah, honestly, I fell off at Black and White. I started Black, the original Black, and I think I got to the 8th gym, and I just stopped playing.
Mhm.
And then I picked up White 2, and then I still, honestly, it might still be in the wrapper, but I really wanted X, and I'm currently playing it right now, actually.
nice. How far are you?
All right.
I'm post-game. I think I'm close to 100 hours. 90 and a half hours.
I have 418, I think, last time I checked.
Jesus.
I gotta... Yeah, I've grinded.
I
An online
stopped playing
grind.
for a bit, which is
Yeah, I'm
pretty
always in
good.
and out with it, but, I mean, it's always got a place in my heart.
Yeah, I've been really into Civilization lately, so not
We've
much time for
actually
Pokemon.
got off topic a bit. Jordan, you didn't say your third favorite Gen 1, I think?
I did not. I was using it as a time to vamp, but then I distracted myself.
Yeah.
Sneaky. That's pretty clever. And he doesn't come up with it though. Okay, well, do you need time to think? Do you want maybe Dustin to go into his?
Yeah, let Dustin go. We'll see what happens.
All right, I've already got my top three. I told Josh before pre-recording. My top three have to be... Well, my number one favorite Gen 1 Pokemon has to be Kabutops or Kabutops.
Oh, wow, really?
Oh, yeah. I love his design. Everything about him. As a kid, I thought he was a huge badass. There was that one anime episode where they fall through the hole and then they see Kabutops, Omnistar, and I believe Aerodactyl was there. Yeah, that freaking episode always pops up in my head every time I see him. Love
true.
him. From design aspect all the way down to anime, he's just my favorite poke. Can't deny that.
Very nice.
My second favorite would have to be Aerodactyl. Because Aerodactyl is a beast. Especially with his new Mega Evolution, he turns into an even bigger beast. And I just... his speed stat... You'd think for something that's rock flying, he'd have a poor speed, but he actually is one of the fastest Pokemon in the game. Especially the Mega Evolution, I believe, bumps up that speed stat. So, that's my second favorite, and then my third favorite Gen 1 Pokemon would have to be Venusaur.
I was thinking about throwing in a starter, but I'm not sure.
No, I just love Venusaur. Like, he was always in my playthroughs. I had Pokemon Yellow, right? So, I mean, every time I could get him, I got him as soon as possible, and I always used him. He was always on my team no matter what. But I do have a few honorable mentions if
Oh god.
I've got
don't
quite a
mind
few of
me
those, yeah.
Spilling those out. Scyther. Scyther's definitely
Ah, you just hit
kind
my
of.
my list. Yes, there's
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go on.
I would definitely put him there, especially after the latest ones.
No, because I love Scyther. Same reason I love Kabutops. Just those scythes on his hands. He just looks like a major badass, just ready to cut up anything in his path. So I mean that's why I also love Porygon too, because he's like the first man-made Pokemon. So that's kind of cool.
I assume you meant Porygon like as well, right?
Yeah, because Porygon's Gen
No, not Porygon 2, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Porygon 2's Gen
there's also
2.
Porygon 2, right?
Yeah, and then there's Porygon Z.
Yeah.
Or Z for you American folk. Alright, and Josh, you want to...
Well, you already hit on my first one there. Scyther, like one of my all-time favorite Pokemon.
Scyther!
You can't not love Scyther. I mean, he's
That's also a lot of fun to do.
Yeah.
What? Do his cry from in the game?
Oh, he's so awesome. Yeah, I love him.
His design's great.
The fact that he's immune to ground really helped me out, like game wise. He's just incredible. And the fact that he gets a Mega Evolution, it just definitely helped him later out.
Well, Scyther doesn't.
Caesar is great.
Caesar does.
Yeah, correct. You're correct. We get Mega Caesar, and then we get. We get.
Just to not confuse people at home.
Yeah, you're right. That would be pretty awesome if we had Mega Scyther though. I don't think we could ever get
that'd be cool.
That.
I don't think they'll do that. If I mean the first like non-evolved Pokemon they'd probably give to Pikachu, just because
you're
he's
right.
like it's hard to deny that he's kind of the staple.
Yeah, sure.
Definitely.
You show someone who's never played Pokemon, they're like, oh, well, that's a Pikachu.
That's Pikachu, obviously. Yeah.
That's the bird bond.
They originally wanted Clefairy to be
The face.
the mascot.
Wow.
Ugly.
That would have been a
But then they're like,
bad idea.
yeah, then they're like, we want it to appeal to boys and girls, so they chose Pikachu because it looked cool, but it also looked cute for girls. Yeah.
Because Clefairy's kind of
more leaning towards the female demographic.
More leaning to the latter part of his name.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a bit of a fairy.
Well, that actually
is fairy.
He is fairy now. Yeah, he has literally fairy now.
That brings me to my next Pokemon is Chansey from the original 151.
Oh, Chansey.
I love Chansey.
I should have guessed that because he is on your team and he is a dink.
Yeah, he's a pretty brutal defensive wall.
He's a wall, man.
Oh god, yeah.
Blissey's pretty damn good when you level up, isn't she?
Blissey, yeah.
Yeah.
Blissey's pretty good too.
I like Blissey.
Yeah, you have Blissey, right?
Oh yeah, you're right. I
Chansey,
do have a Blissey now. Yeah, I evolved it.
Yeah, sorry, I was thinking Chansey.
During the day.
I mean,
I'm sorry. Just good memories. Blissey's definitely better.
Pokygo podcast.
But Chansey is where it started.
Yeah, as any evolved Pokemon. And your number one, Josh?
My number one's gonna have to go to Gyarados.
Gyarados.
It's not
Do tell.
not very good against like rock or electric. Definitely not electric. Oof. But once again, I love the immunity to ground. He's just so cool looking. The fact that he comes from the Magikarp that you get, like you think you get ripped off in like early game, getting this fish that does
absolutely
nothing
terrible fish. Yeah.
but flop.
Yeah,
which...
in Gen 1... Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say the flop move was originally supposed to be
splash
bounce.
attack?
Yeah, like...
Oh,
yeah,
really?
it was supposed to be jump, not splash.
Well, yeah, jump.
And that's why it's a normal type, not water.
Yeah.
Yep.
But, man, it just...
Yeah, but in Gen... Oh,
You
sorry,
have to, so you have to pretty much like rely on every other Pokemon to level that thing up. You can't just send it into battle and be like, "Go, evolve into a Gyarados." You can't get it there unless someone carries it. It has to be.
It takes a lot of work, but it's definitely worth it.
At least once he learns Tackle, it's not too bad.
It helps.
You can then kind of use him on his own.
You could throw him in and then pull him right back out after like one move and pray that he survives.
Yeah.
Or that the Pokemon uses a status effect.
Yeah.
It's just a very rewarding outcome to end up.
But a
with
terrible
Gyarados.
experience getting it.
Yeah. Oh, and then there's Red
Originally-
Gyarados in Gen 2. Oh,
That's pretty sweet.
Shiny
Yeah.
Gyarados, yeah.
the first shiny.
Is that the only shiny they hand to you in any of the games, other
Yeah.
than like events?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a pretty cool feature.
I don't
like
think
that.
they've ever handed a shiny out in events.
I'm pretty sure they have. I'm pretty sure the, you know, when they handed out like Palkia and Dialga and Giratina, I'm pretty sure those were all shiny. Were they not?
When did they hand those out?
Over the summer. No, maybe not this summer. It was like recent enough that it was like within a year, but not recently. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because my brother he got all of those. He has a lot of them. I think he also has like he might have Darkrai and Cresselia as well. But yeah, they just handed them out at GameStops. Or
Oh,
EB
really?
Games. So if you just you should just show up to one of those with your DS and you could use the mystery event, but it would only be at a GameStop or an EB Games.
That's
Or
weird.
just outside the wall as you're creepily trying
Yeah.
to not walk in the store.
Oh, it would be way less creepy to go into the store and be like, "I'm here for the Pokemon." They would definitely be like, "That's okay." Instead of the guy being like looking through the window, be like,
What the heck in the world are you doing, sir?
"Excuse me, sir. You have to go into the store to buy the things." Yeah, right. Bye.
Do you think that would like blow a kid's mind if he didn't understand the whole Wi-Fi concept? So like the Pokemon's in the air in here? Like I don't get it. Like what's so special about this
I'm gonna
store?
catch them all. Just start grabbing them.
Do I bring a butterfly net?
If I breathe
Or-
in,
I'm inhaling Pokemon.
He shows up with a vacuum.
Pokeball!
Anyway, back to Gyarados. He was originally planned to be Dragon type in Generation 1.
I'm surprised he wasn't.
I think I would agree with that.
I think
I
most
always
people
thought he
still
was.
think he is. Like,
He was planned to be, but the only weakness to Dragon is Dragon. And
Yeah.
at the time, the only Dragon move was Dragon Breath, which always did 40 damage. So they're like, this guy, there's nothing to hurt him. Like, he has no weaknesses. So they just decided to make him water flying and just deal with it.
Well, yeah, he gets Dragon during his Mega Evolution, right?
He gets dark during his Mega.
Really? That
another
doesn't make
chance
any
you'd
sense to me.
think that they'd put him in Dragon, but no.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
always thought there was the one form that he had Dragon, but
You'd think they'd learn, but nope.
poor pissed off lobster. You guys have seen that picture, right?
Yep.
Josh, do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
There's a Tumblr picture of shiny Mega Evolved Gyarados. And you know how like the Mega Evolved Gyarados is he kind of loses the tail a bit, like he's a little shorter.
Yeah.
He kind of looks like an
Gains the
angry
fin.
lobster. So that's so there's a Tumblr picture and it's just in all caps. It's like he looks like a pissed off lobster. And so someone captioned it with "Welcome to I fucked that up. Welcome to Red Lobster. Today's special is go fuck yourself.
Is this podcast PG?
Not anymore.
Oh, I'll be bleeping that out with Pokemon cries.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah. So
Ooh,
you can
another
do
bit
whatever
of
you
Gen
want
1
to.
trivia was Rhydon and Charizard's cries are the exact same.
Yes, they
From
are.
Gen 1 or
Yeah,
now?
Gen 1. I think they fixed it now because they updated all the cries.
Yeah, I noticed some of them are different.
Well, they just like made it more,
Prominent?
you know, not prominent, more so like up to date.
Oh, okay.
What
Less
they have now.
less 8-bit from 1995.
Yes. Yeah.
That makes sense.
So,
They did a
like,
pretty
if
good
you
job
listen
with those.
closely, yeah, they definitely blended it well.
I think I could probably give you a third Pokemon now. I'm gonna have to have some honorable mentions as well, but I think I'd have to give my third to Eevee.
Eevee?
Yeah, especially at this
Good
point,
choice.
I love an Eevee.
What is your favorite evolution?
I mean, yeah.
It'd probably have to go to Sylveon, closely followed by Umbreon.
Umbreon, eh?
Yeah,
Why Umbreon?
I don't know. Something about Umbreon's always. I know he's more of a tank, like more of a defensive guy.
Yeah, yeah.
And Espeon's the special attacker, but I've always liked Umbreon. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just his look that appealed to me.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
But I know
Like,
Sylveon.
I'm not saying like, whoa, you like Umbreon? You're dumb. But it's just interesting because, you know, that's not really a name that pops up too often.
Yeah.
When evolutions come into conversation.
Mhm.
So it's
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Well, it's no Glaceon or Leafeon.
Glaceon and Leafeon were just...
we can forget those exist.
Yeah, I mean, they were. Everyone wanted
They
them.
were Pokemon.
They were terrible. Yeah,
Yeah.
they were Pokemon. That's the best way to put that. They're Pokemon. They're in the game.
We'll just leave them where they are. Like I never play Leafeon. I never even face Leafeon. Like I rarely see him in like online battles.
I think the one time I've ever seen that was probably playing Pokemon Conquest. Not Conquest, sorry. Pokemon Showdown. Conquest.
Yeah, because we do randoms, right? So it's always just.
I really like Pokemon Conquest. I thought that was actually a really good game.
I love the idea. I haven't had a chance to play it though.
I have not played it yet either.
It's like Fire Emblem Cross. It's not actually Fire Emblem. I can't remember. What is the game? The actual game? Conquest?
It's like a tactical RPG.
Yeah.
I can't remember. It's an actual crossover with some game, but I can't remember what it is. But basically, it's Fire Emblem Cross Pokemon. Which is
Yeah,
awesome.
pretty much. It is actually really good. They're already making a sequel, so
Oh,
Are
that's
they?
awesome.
yeah, it's either in development or like probably gonna hit Japan a lot sooner than us. But when we do get it,
Oh
I'm
yeah.
excited.
Japan gets everything before we do.
Except for Pokemon, the original series now, because everything is going at the same time, which I figured out why they do that now.
Why is that?
Well, before, they were just releasing it in Japan, we'd get it like months later, and we'd have just all those months full of Japanese screenshots of all these Pokemon games with all the
Yeah.
Pokemon. Like, we just get it all. This way, they can hit everyone at the same time. They don't have leaks. They can surprise people again. They can shock us. Like, they'll release
Right,
stuff maybe a
like the
few
close-
days before release now.
The closest we get are those Japanese magazines, where you
Yeah,
can see like all
Kurokuro.
those different Pikachu outfits. Yeah.
But it's still in English, even in Korokoro.
Yeah.
That's what I've noticed. Like a lot of, like they show you talking with Steven Stone, and it's all in English, even though it's a Japanese
That's
magazine. So it's kind of cool because I know like Japan usually uses its own market for like testing purposes, where it's like, you know, if this doesn't sell well, we won't put it out to the West, or
Yeah, like Fire Emblem 12.
even the Nintendo 64 disc drive.
Oh, I forgot that was a thing.
What?
Good lord.
Yeah, there's a disc drive for N64, and it sold, I think, under 100 units in Japan.
Oh my god, I was gonna say that as a joke.
So they were
Literally
like,
dozens.
yeah, literally dozens. So they're like, yeah, we're not going to sell that, and like it came with its own internet service and all these games for it.
That
Fun
sounds
fact.
incredible.
Legend of Zelda 64 was meant to go on the disc drive. But,
Until it's colossal failure.
yeah, and then they're like, oh shit, better port it to the cartridge, and they did, and I'm
Interesting.
happy with their decision.
Yeah, they
In a
made a
related
good call.
note to, Zelda games that have been pushed back from consoles, was Skyward Sword not supposed to be a Wii U game?
No, it was supposed to be Wii.
Because I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just because they were both coming out in general at the same time. I always thought Skyward Sword was supposed to be Wii U, and I just looked one day and I'm like, oh hey, Skyward Sword is already out on the Wii.
No, it was announced E3 2011,
Okay.
and then it wasn't brought out till 2012.
Oh.
Yeah, it was in
And then
development
2012
during Wii.
was when they announced the Wii U. So
I feel like they had designed it for that, but I must be remembering something wrong.
no, they wanted to get it out for the 25th anniversary of Legend of Zelda.
Oh right.
Yeah, they were in development during.
Even if they
the time
wanted
that-
to do it for Wii U, they probably couldn't.
Yeah, their big push was introducing the whole Wii Motion Plus. Like, that's how
Yep,
far
that was-
behind they were. Like,
Oh,
It was
that's
Wii
meant
Motion
to
true.
Plus
Yeah.
save the
was pretty
Wii.
much just for Skyward Sword to be successful. Like, that
And
was.
Wii Sports Resort.
Yep.
Yeah,
that
well,
too.
yeah,
Can't
that-
forget that gem.
Definitely improved
I actually didn't mind that
your
one.
swing.
It improved your flailing in that sword fighting contest. Or whatever.
Never
that one
played
was.
much of Sports Resort. Like I only played it at like GameStops and shiz.
Honestly, I actually kind of enjoyed it. It was pretty fun. There was a basketball one in that, and I mean, nothing like actual basketball. It's like more like a pickup game at most, or like 21. But it's pretty fun.
The Wii
Oh.
was good. It was a huge success.
What was the Wii game, Pokemon game? Revolution?
Pokepark.
Pokepark.
That
I heard that
too.
was actually not too bad. For
Pokepark,
what it was.
Pokepels. I remember I got the demo for Pokepark, Pokepels, or whatever it was. It wasn't too bad. It was pretty cool. It was like a third-person action-adventure platforming game, I guess, kind of.
The third-party Pokemon games are pretty hit or miss.
Yeah, like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
I've
Dungeon.
heard mixed reviews of the dungeon games. I've heard they're easy but fun.
I enjoyed my playthroughs of them.
Yeah, you've played through them. They're good.
Well, I played through when they first were introduced. I thought it was pretty sweet, so I picked up a copy when I was like 6 or something. So
Yeah.
I don't know if it holds up today, but when I was 6, I had a hella fun time with it.
Nice.
My biggest gripe was that you couldn't evolve your Pokemon until post game.
Oh well, that's a bad decision. That's just bad game.
Yeah, it was weird. I mean, it still worked, but like, it felt weird at that point because it's like my Pokemon are like level 36. They should be fully evolved by now. but
Now
it's
that
like-
you've beat the game, you can do something before you turn it
Yeah.
off for the final time.
well, there's still missions and stuff, but it's like all the story is gone, and it's
Yeah,
like
your incentive
now
to
these
play
missions
is
are just filler
gone.
content.
Speaking of third-party Pokemon games, I know you guys were mentioning legendaries in the last episode, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I know you guys talked about Manaphy and how you get them, and you have to beat Pokemon Ranger, and then there's that special mission, right?
Yeah.
I actually did that, so I still have a huge box full of Fiones because I just bred the Manaphy, but I actually still have the original Manaphy I got.
Really.
Yeah,
Nice.
it was a pain in the ass. Pokemon Ranger was like, have you guys played Pokemon Ranger?
Nope.
I don't even know what it is.
It's
Can you like
use?
describe it? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. It's basically it's like, well, I don't know if you've ever seen like in the anime they have the Pokemon Rangers and they're kind of like a park ranger kind of thing. But the whole point is they calm the Pokemon down, and like the gimmick of the game is like you have to draw circles around them. So you don't actually do any Pokemon. It sounds really lame. But the whole gimmick of the game is basically you have like I don't remember what it's called, but basically it's like it's a Beyblade basically, and it just you draw circles with the stylus around the Pokemon to calm them down, and that's how you catch them basically. So you go around and you kind of adventure, and you have to. Sometimes it's calming a Pokemon down, sometimes it's actually catching it. And when you catch your Pokemon, I think you can use certain effects on your Beyblade, air quotes, to help you catch other ones better. Like some of them make it go faster, some of them will give you more. Because you also have like I think a shield, sort of thing, or like a durability. So if you get attacked by the Pokemon too much, you'll lose. It's very strange, but I mean I enjoyed it.
And once you beat
That was for DS, right?
it to the completion where
And
you can
there's a very
get this
definitive
Pokemon,
story.
what game can you transfer it into?
Oh shit! I don't.
Diamond
actually
and
remember.
Pearl.
I think was it Diamond and Pearl?
Would have been Diamond and Pearl or Platinum or all of the above.
I believe that would be the time.
I mean, they're both DS games, and they came out around the same time. And Fione was the legendary of, was the special legendary of those games. So
Yeah, it was compatible with Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, allowing Pokemon to transfer the egg of the legendary Pokemon Manaphy to those eggs. This game is set in the Fior region. That was 2006.
Well, now that we're back on Legendaries, Dustin, what makes Mewtwo so special? Because he's the 151, we got 150, and then 151's Mew. Like, those are the two big legendaries from the original gen. But Mewtwo is still holding up nowadays competitively. So what's
still very
the-
popular.
Yeah, what's that all about?
He's the most strongest Pokemon. I mentioned earlier how Porygon was one of the first man-made Pokemon. Mewtwo being the second man-made Pokemon. He was like designed off of Mew, hence the name Mewtwo, right? So scientists just took Mew's genetics and then just plastered it onto Mewtwo. And that gave Mewtwo a huge stat boost, makes him a lot stronger than Mew. and he actually does have the highest base stats in the whole game. In Generation 1, he has the highest base stats of everyone, and even in Gen 6, the current generation, he still does have the highest base stats if you use the Mega Mewtwo Y Mega Evolution.
So he.
I mean, he must still be pretty popular if they're willing to give him the two
Two
Mega
Mega Stones,
Evolutions.
yeah.
If you're comparable
he's
to Arceus in
definitely-
any way, you're badass.
That's pretty true.
Yeah, he surpasses Arceus.
That's
Wow.
insane.
He is the strongest Pokemon in the whole series, like hands down. I would really be disappointed if they made a stronger Pokemon, because it's Mewtwo. Like, I grew up with him. He's one of my favorites because it's like I was there for the first movie. I got all my Burger King Mew cards.
Oh god, the new cards.
They were
the
handing out those
hieroglyphics that
Pokeballs.
no one. Yeah, with the metal inscriptions.
I have
inside.
the gold card still. Two card and the gold.
Yeah.
Those are heavy. Like I don't know. I don't think they're actually real gold, but there's some kind of
They were really big toys.
shiny cards.
I wouldn't even call them a toy.
Yeah, they're really
little
cool.
trophies.
I mean, I like. I wish as a kid I knew what it would be valued at now, and I wish I took care of it and
I'm gonna look
didn't
for
sell
mine
it at a
after
garage
this,
sale.
I think.
That's how I feel about all my Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually sold all my Pokemon cards to buy Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Well,
I still have a few
Pearl,
decks
not
lying around,
both.
I think.
Just Pearl. So, no, I sold them all. I think I still have like my Flygon card and maybe a few others, but no, all of them were lost in the Great Purge of 2006.
Oh man, I like hunted and hunted for those Pokemon cards. I ended up getting the entire
Wow.
base set collection in its entirety. Like we had Holo Charizard, Holo Venusaur, Holo Blastoise, like every big card you can imagine. And then yes, at that age, I was stupid enough to put it up for sale in a garage sale in this beautiful binder. And I don't remember what I sold it for, but it was under $100, and it was to like this
Probably could sell
kid
that for
who
$5,000.
Probably
if you wanted to,
destroyed
if it
them
was
all.
still intact.
Yeah, it's like just the original base set has been fluctuating in price on eBay, so I really, really kick myself in the butt every time I think about that. It's like, why?
I mean, it's weird because like when you're a kid, these things have no value to you, right? Like they're just cards, and
Yeah,
maybe
well,
you just
especially
wanna
once
sell
you've
them for
collected
a
them all.
quarter to buy some candy and shit.
It's like I got them all.
Yeah,
Like-
like they're worthless to you.
I wasn't even playing the game at that point. I was
Time to
just
start again.
collecting them to look at them. Like they're shiny, they're cool. I like Pokemon.
I was always really into those card games.
No worth, no value. But yeah, it's changed. They're actually really good. The card
I
game's
was
really good.
I was
never
so
into it. Like I could never play it.
the card game
You know what I
video
mean?
game.
I just collected them.
I was overly into that.
Yes,
Oh.
yes. And if they ever made a modern one,
Game
I would
Boy
lose my
Color?
freaking mind.
Japan-
They actually released
my
it.
gosh.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Nintendo eShop got it.
It's not fair. It's not
I'm
fair.
getting
But that
Japanese
just means
to
it's
get.
coming soon. We're gonna get it. Oh, I
don't
would
think that'll
love
have
to
much
you can
replay
get
that.
a
Here in
you can have
Canada.
them shipped. Like you can get a
Do you-
Japanese DS and you can ship it with a Japanese game on it. If you're desperate,
Well, yeah, I guess you could do
or
that.
check a Conroy.
I actually went out a few years ago.
Well, why not just get
I'm
the
pretty sure it
SD
has to be
card
the
shipped
system
out?
as well.
I mean,
Well, because you know how some I don't know if I'm not
Does
sure
it?
consoles are also region locked, but I know certain games are PAL. And oh, really? Fallout?
Yeah. NCS.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow. So they can have. Jeez. Less swearing.
that's the
I
same
assume.
with Fallout. They had to sense. Yep. For our
Yeah, I assume if they don't
the
want blood,
North
they
American
probably make you take
audience,
out the bloody mess part.
our lowest blood setting in Fallout is their highest. Yeah.
Oh, Jet.
Very
Jet
minimal
and,
blood, and like there's
Med-
lots of
yeah.
censorship too. Like, they
Jet and Med-X.
yeah, probably they had to take out some perks and whatnot just because of their descriptions or their implications. Yeah, exactly, right. And even like
Yeah, I get you.
the rataways and stuff were actually called, I believe it's insulin. No, not insulin.
Or actually dying.
JetX was called. Oh man, what's the thing? Morphine.
They made,
It was called morphine originally, and they're like, oh, we can't have real world drug references, so they changed it to chems, and it's been that way ever since. Same with
really.
the addiction. It was never called addiction, or yeah, you know what I mean.
See, small
Instead of
changes like
using,
that can really
Yeah.
change a game. Imagine like if you added blood into Pokemon games, where every time you
Instead of
attacked a
protein,
Pokemon,
it's,
like they
vitamin.
actually had
dude.
like
Go for that.
bruising and stuff. Yeah.
PETA would be all over that.
Oh god, you could even like change
They
like
already are.
the items you get.
I
like,
honestly
something
thought he
like
was gonna say
steroids.
Viagra,
That's
yeah.
it. Done.
I honestly went out and I tried Viagra.
Yeah, exactly.
It
Instead of
lasted
like
for
an
4
HP
hours.
up, it's steroids or Viagra. Or whatever.
Viagra? You're gonna give your Pokemon Viagra?
Yeah,
They were
it boosts
kinda messy
defense stat
after.
because it's like hardened, you know.
Like Harden.
He couldn't. Yeah, pumped up, eh?
Well, actually, I was gonna say a
He
couple
couldn't get
years
them out
ago,
of
I
the after.
went out and got an
Wait about
original
him.
Game Boy Color.
I don't
just
know if
to
I ever
play.
got that far because I played that game when I was like,
Just to
I
play
went on
I couldn't have been more
Just to play with my
the
wife.
trading card game.
I got Viagra. To
I
play
got
with
Viagra the
trading
same
card
day.
game.
Yeah, they go hand in hand.
I
You know,
remember the
you
gyms,
gotta,
yeah, the
you gotta
card
get
gyms.
pumped up for those little kids.
It's all about that Imakuni.
Oh yeah.
You remember him, Jordan? Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Oh
Well,
no.
this Imakuni character would just like show
That's
up
pretty cool, though,
randomly
that
at
there's
these,
such a-
well, equivalent of.
I mean, I'm sure he's a
Pokemon
pain in
gyms
the
for
butt to
Pokemon
play
cards.
against, but
Yeah, and he would just show up randomly at them, and you'd have to battle him. And if you beat him in a battle, then you won like 6 packs, and like chances of getting a holo in one of those.
so I know we were
packs
talking
were
about
really
this
good. Like
before, but
it
do you,
was-
do you want me to talk about what
you'd pretty much go
currently doing
hunting
at this
just to
exact
get a ton of
with
cards
my
off this
DS.
guy, and every time you
Um,
battled him, he used
well, 'cause,
his own
hopefully I
special
can
card,
remember
which
exactly.
you could, like,
So I was
you
saying
couldn't
that
find anywhere else, which
you know
is
how you have the
Imakuni, which would
ability to get
instantly
two,
confuse like one of your
separate,
Pokemon.
at least in X and Y. If you have two separate region Pokemon, like you have, for example, I
hated that
currently have an
card.
EV. That's a Japanese one, and I have a North American Ditto.
Yeah, but it was like
Yeah,
one of the
which-
more like
It's a
memorable
perfect 6 ID
things
Ditto.
about that game.
So I'm
Just-
breeding.
it just kind of stood
currently
out
breeding,
as something so
hopefully
weird
perfect
and, like,
EVs.
they- very
Um,
Japanese that they throw that in.
with perfect IVs. That's a bad pun. But if you breed two separate region Pokemon, you actually have a much higher chance
Let's
of
hear it.
getting a
Oh
shiny.
yeah, sure. Sure. Go
I
for
think
it.
it's only like your chance goes to like 1 in 600 now. But I mean, what's a normal? It's like 1 in. Is it actually 1 in a million, or is it 1 in like 5,400? Yeah, no worries.
Twitch. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I get it. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure I have enough. Well, thank you for correcting me. Now I have.
It's better than 1 in a million.
It,
You know
it
what I mean?
hasn't, and it's about 3 boxes.
Yeah, it's like that. But I'm actually gonna correct you for a quick second. It was introduced in, I believe it was Diamond and Pearl. It was introduced, and it's 2 outer region Pokemon, but they have to be from different regions that aren't your own.
Oh, no.
So if you have, since you have your North American Ditto, that
Funny
actually
you
won't
say
work.
that. I had someone send me.
So it has to be like
shiny
one from
Feebas
Japan,
with,
and then it would have to be one
Pokeballs.
from like
That's the only shiny I've ever
Mexico or
had sent.
Italy or France or somewhere like that. You know.
Oh,
So.
I hate myself for the story I'm about to tell you guys. Have I ever told you my first experience with a shiny?
Yeah, I just didn't want you walking around with, like thinking, oh, this should happen soon.
No, it's
no,
way
it's
more
not gonna
depressing
happen
than
any
that.
faster than it usually were.
So I knew what shinies were already, and I knew how rare they were, and so I was.
Yeah,
playing,
I'm the same way because I had two
Fire
Japanese.
Green.
I had
It
a
was one of the
Japanese.
games where you actually have the ability.
I
to
believe
go
it was a
to
no Feebas. I had a
before you
Japanese
get a Pokeball.
Feebas and a Japanese
So
Ditto. And
it was
I'm
one.
like,
I
I'm
can't
just
remember which
gonna
one it was.
get
I think it's
me
Fire
a
Red and Leaf Green. Where you have to
shiny
go
Feebas,
to
but
the
then I
town
looked into it and I'm like,
give Oak the thing,
oh, that's not gonna
or
work.
Helper the thing, and then he'll give you Pokeballs after. But you can run into Pokemon before that. So since you can't unlock any Pokeballs or buy any,
Well then, I
you
hate
can't have
you.
any Pokemon to catch. So I'm walking through whatever the second little township area is, and the first thing I encountered.
I'm gonna
was
assume that you thought it
freaking
was like a
shiny
glitch
Pidgey,
and you.
and I can't do a damn thing about it. So
All
I'm
right,
sitting
go
there.
ahead.
I'm like, I'm losing my mind because I'm like, I know how important this is. It's a shiny damn Pidgey, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, I can't do anything. I run. I'm like, I'm gonna. Oh, I was so pissed off, and I think I did. It was either run or kill it, and at the time I didn't know if there'd be an ability to, like, if I didn't kill it or something, if I'd have a better chance of finding it again or something like that.
Yeah.
And just, so upsetting. No, you can't. It's not gonna happen. Oh.
Oh,
Man. Yeah, you physically can't do anything. Mostly. You didn't even KO it?
That was easy to say.
Yeah. I always used to think that as a kid
Hard
too.
enough
Whenever
for you
I'd
might
release a
wanna watch what you're
Pokemon, I'm like,
saying.
maybe I can find him again in the wild. You can't. By the way,
And I have to
it's
keep it
gone forever.
PGA.
It's dead. You euthanize it. You're paralyzed. I can't use you anymore. Okay, that's terrible.
Shut up.
Moving on.
I'm gonna make your editing job harder if you don't stop.
Yeah. So what else is there in our?
well, we have
talk
a
about
shout
the
out.
Rush?
I'm gonna give a shout out to,
For the Twitter.
yeah, for our Twitter. We got a one for at RLM 21122. Yeah, that was not a hard mouthful of Pokemon stuff. Well, that. Well, it's okay. We got
Thank
the
you.
Viagra still. All right,
And
let's see.
I
Hey,
actually want to do my own shout
You
out.
can't even keep
to,
a Pidgey. Well, not a shiny one anyway.
I'm gonna give my own little shout out to Bulbakip21. Still a big fan of ours. I always see him talking to us on Twitter, and he's a really nice guy. I mentioned in the last podcast how he made fan art for us, and I still am really in love with that. Like I really love how he took the
It's
time out of his day to
infinitesimally
make
better
something
than
for
Call of Duty community.
a small little group like us. So
It's
really
pretty
warms
incredible.
my heart.
That is
so
toxic.
that's for
That
you,
place is just
Bulbakip21.
And
one's for you.
throw Tingle Tsunami in there then too.
Yeah, Tangled Tsunami's a pretty cool fellow.
Yeah.
I see. We were always talking to him on Twitter, and you guys should go follow our Twitter. It's at Pokygo Podcast. It's a great way to keep in touch with us. Like we're always talking to new people. Like we always reply back. We really like the community here.
Is it Fifi or FIFA?
I've
Like,
actually played like in lots of
I think it's
lots
FIFA.
of different
Because you said FIFI.
communities, and the Pokemon one. Is
I'm pretty
by
sure it's
far my
FIFA.
favorite. Everyone's so nice.
How PG am I supposed to be keeping this?
Yeah, I've played
Because you're gonna find a lot
like,
more that I
competitive
don't
COD
remember
and
saying.
stuff, and yeah, no one can get along. Like we
Poppycock.
all want the same thing in that community, but no one wants it for each other. Like they all want it for themselves.
Oh, I have one more
the
shout
Pokemon
out.
community. Yeah,
Sorry,
go ahead.
the off our YouTube channel, Gili FIFA, GILI
FIFA.
space FIFI. Give him a go look. Yeah, I know he has a FIFA. Yeah, that's what I said. Oh shit, yeah. Oh, there we go. I just had to bleep one of my own out. There we go. Yeah. Well, it'll be fine. I'll go over it. So yeah, well, shout out to him. The YouTube channel is starting to grow. I've been putting up tons of videos. It's just they're taking so long to
Yeah.
upload right now, and I'm
And
sorry
feel
that
free to
it's
check out the
taking so long.
website.
But we have some
I
really
know we
good
have one of
card
those.
openings with some incredible pulls.
We do have a
You're
website.
not gonna want to miss, Pokygoers.
That's
Anything else you guys want to mention before we wrap her up?
The best I can say is go visit the YouTube, or not, yeah, the YouTube channel, of course. Go visit the YouTube channel, but also
Check
go
out the
visit
website at
Twitter users that we
www.pokygo.com.
mentioned. You know, really cool people, and if you want to go follow us on there too, that's greatly appreciated. We love talking to you guys. We love hearing your feedback. If you'd like to talk to us about, like, you know, a podcast, maybe we said something
Yep,
wrong,
everything
or,
can help.
you know, just want to throw in your 2 cents, you're more than welcome to. I mean, I love hearing from you guys, and I'm sure Josh and Jordan feel the same way.
Oh yeah, go correct us. Give
so
us,
much fun.
Oh, we do have one of those. That's another way you can reach us. You can also
don't
email
wanna
us at Pokygo.
Please don't invite me back.
Sorry, Pokygo at yahoo.ca is the email to get a hold of us for anything.
See you guys.
You can ask
I
us
love you.
And
for requests too.
I should have stopped recording. Oh, I don't know how to stop.
And if you'd
Yep.
like to subscribe to Hipsterish Gaming or OathKeeperKH, that would be greatly appreciated by the both of us, I assume. So, alright, so thanks a lot for sticking with us, Pokegoers.
It's
have
been
a great
fun.
night. Praise Lord
It's
Helix.
been great, but we got to Pokygo.
Nice. Alright. So, praise Helix, and keep it easy, Pokegoers.
Thanks for listening. Bye.